in the area of beef production entrepreneurship, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, the winner is Ty Scholerman of the Spencer FFA chapter. Ty has developed his project from 11 head to 66 feeder cattle. He has widened his scope of managing not only the production aspect, but also the marketing and financial components. The runner-up in this area is Bradley Wilmus of the Brokaw FFA chapter at Clarinda. Jordan Clarenbeek of the West Lyon FFA chapter at Inwood is the first place winner in the area of beef production placement, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation. Jordan has invested over 3,700 hours at Barred K Cattle, where he has profited $54,000. During his time at the feedlot, Jordan has treated sick cattle, run the field finisher, and gained the respect of his older co-workers with his consistently positive attitude. Upon graduation, Jordan plans to continue to work at Barred K and gain more insight on the operations of the feedlot. The runner-up in this area is Corinne Wilson of the North Scott FFA chapter at Eldridge. The winner in the area of dairy production entrepreneurship, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, is Faith Palmer of the Little Switzerland FFA chapter at Waukon. Palmer has increased her organic herd of dairy cattle from 2 to 9. She has learned to manage her herd through identifying health issues as well as developing quality rations. Maintaining organic status and increasing milk components have also been a large part of her responsibilities, as she has increased the average herd butterfat production from 4.1% to 4.4%. In the future, Palmer plans to become a veterinarian and continue her involvement in the family dairy. The runner-up in this area is Anna Richards of the Wapsie Valley FFA chapter at Fairbank. The winner in the area of dairy production placement, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, is Amber Engelken of the Maquoketa Valley FFA chapter at Delhi. Amber has developed a strong placement program in dairy production as an employee of Delta Acres Dairy. During the time she has been employed, she has worked over 3,400 hours. Her experiences include working with 220 milk cows on a twice-daily milking schedule, as well as reviewing herd health protocols and sanitation protocols for the milking facilities. Engelken is also experienced in selecting bulls for the dairy's Holstein Jersey crossbreds. In this selection, she looks to increase the milk components, which in turn increases the value of milk sold. Amber plans to attend Iowa State University and maintain her involvement in the dairy industry. The runner-up is Hunter Thompson of the Edgewood-Colesburg FFA chapter. Blake Frost of the Charles City FFA chapter is the first place winner in the area of diversified agricultural production, sponsored by Hertz Farm Management. Blake has grown his diversified entrepreneurship to include 420 acres of row crops, 238 head of feeder cattle, and 49 acres of forage production. Blake uses a performance beef analytical program, a broker, and a nutritionist to track performance and profitability as well as to reduce risk. Blake utilizes conservation practices such as GPS shut-off on his sprayer to reduce overlap. He also hedges his cattle and grain to lock in a floor price and uses crop insurance to reduce his price and production risks in his soybeans. The runner-up in this area is Hunter Holdgrafer of the Easton Valley FFA chapter at Preston. The winner in the area of diversified crop production entrepreneurship, sponsored by the Iowa Crop Improvement Association, is Jordan Balderston of the Alburnett FFA chapter. His SAE consists of renting land and raising corn and soybeans. He began with 16 acres of corn in 2017 and eventually expanded this to 80 acres of both corn and soybeans. Jordan utilizes an online bookkeeping software. He has experimented with forward contracting, which has allowed him to sell his grain for a higher price than the market. Jordan has learned to successfully operate a grain production business from start to finish. The runner-up is Faith Brinchie from the Jessup FFA chapter. The winner in the area of diversified crop production placement, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, is Nathan Krager of the Carroll Area FFA chapter. Nathan has spent over 3,500 hours working for his family's corn and soybean operation. He possesses an internal drive for productivity and efficiency on the farm. Nathan plans to obtain a college degree in agribusiness, then return home to the family farm. The runner-up is Kyle Voy of the Wapsie Valley FFA chapter at Fairbank. The winner in the area of diversified horticulture, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, is Dalton Hannenberg of the North Scott FFA chapter at Eldridge. Dalton has invested over 950 hours in nursery and greenhouse operations, as well as turfgrass management. He performs plant propagation and fertilization in addition to harvesting fruits and using sustainable practices. Each year, Dalton has improved his salesmanship and knowledge of plants to prepare for his future career. He is currently attending Iowa State University, majoring in agronomy. The runner-up in this area is Brennan Emel of the North Fayette Valley FFA chapter at West Union. Zachary Schullerman of the Spencer FFA chapter is the winner in the area of diversified livestock production, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation. Schullerman manages a diversified program raising breeding sheep and feeder cattle. He has increased his ewe stock from having only 7 head in 2015 to ending 2019 with 50 head. The runner-up in this area is Kyle Lund of the Wilton FFA chapter. The winner in the area of environmental science and natural resources management, sponsored through the Iowa FFA Foundation, is Kayla Bonert of the Beckman Catholic FFA chapter at Dyersville. Bonert has spent over 650 hours researching the effects of organic corn gluten meal on the germination of wild cucumber seeds, as well as the effectiveness of grass waterways on water erosion in fields. She plans to be involved in land conservation in the future. The runner-up is William Jorgensen of the IKM Manning FFA chapter. The winner in the area of equine science entrepreneurship, sponsored by the Iowa State University Block and Bridle Club, is Taylor McCready from the Atlantic FFA chapter. Taylor is active in owning, training, and boarding horses, as well as supplementing her income with the sales of tack and other supplies. Her future plans include expanding her involvement in the equine operation. The runner-up in this area is Caitlin Cook of the Belle Plaine FFA chapter. Bianca Sponseller of the Nevada FFA chapter is the first place winner in the area of equine science placement, sponsored by the Iowa Horse Council. She holds strong involvement in her family's business, which includes her assuming the responsibility of raising, breeding, and selling a foal. Upon graduation, Bianca hopes to pursue a career as either a doctor or an equine vet. The runner-up in this area is Madison Spencer of the Grinnell FFA chapter.